It's the Keita J Reveal Show, y'all. It's the Keita J Reveal Show, and we are here. We are here with my man, K Quick, y'all. K Quick. What's up,
Oh,
K?
I didn't see y'all there. I swear. What's going on? What's poppin'? Yeah, yeah. You know what it is, BBF. Your boy K Quick, Maryland, in the building.
In the building. Yes. So we are here today, and we're going to talk. This is the Keita J Reveal Show. So we're going to reveal some things about him and me. Okay. He might have some questions for me. I might have some questions. Actually, I do have some questions for Kay.
You sure you want to give me that power to ask you some questions?
Oh yeah, you can ask me questions for real. Hold on, a little
All
bit
right,
of music, a little bit of music.
noted, noted. All right, I got that.
Hey. Okay. So since we on time, right? Because I think Kay got something to do. He trying to get back in the studio and do his thing. Did you
I'm
want
there
to do
already.
He in the studio, y'all. So don't say that he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Thanks.
As an artist, we got to be out here. We got to get in the mix. We got to create the things that we want to see for ourselves. So, Kay, let's get into it. Let's
Shall
get it.
we?
So, where did the name Kay Quick come from?
That name came like back when I was in middle school because when I was because like I have the of course I got one thing that's distinctive about me is I'm able to go with the quick flow. I had that choppy flow they call it, and people used to call me K for short. Anyway, I used to have a whole lot of names. People call me because I was a bigger dude back in the day. I was called people called me Big Keon, Big K, all that good stuff. And one time I was flowing and people say, "Yo, K quick as hell," and I'm like, "Say that again, say that one more time." And like
Because
so,
you
it kind of just stuck. It just came. It just that kind of stuck with me like from when I was younger on up.
okay. So it stuck with you, and you got the little logo on there. So
Oh
that's your
yeah,
logo. That's your logo there.
yeah, I got it. It's on my shirt too.
You
This is
sitting up for
it's part of the clothing line too. Hey, BBF
okay
clothing.
now.
It's
See,
I
where can
recently,
they get the clothing line since you talking about the clothing line?
yeah. So and all that shit. Huh? You say what?
Where can they get your clothing line? Your
Oh,
clothing.
my website, iamkquick.com. That's where you can right now you can get all the latest Beast Bars and Faith merchandise. There's other places we're gonna have it. My other teammate Sean Marshall, she's developing her line that's gonna be that's she's finding a location for that too. MC
Okay.
West got
So
a
you gonna
line.
do it in store? You're doing it in store?
Yeah,
In store?
we working on that right now. We working on that. There's a few things that's not etched in stone yet, but we working on like getting some locations, cutting a few deals
Okay.
here and there.
That's
So.
what's up.
Hmm.
Online, a lot of people are buying online, but if you can find it in the store, that's always
Thanks.
good. I was looking at an influencer. He was saying that by him putting out his t-shirt line, his all his clothing line and everything, he made $1 million one day. He made another million the next day. I mean,
Hey,
there's so
let's
many
go.
people out here that are willing to buy into your brand.
Yeah, that's facts. Like I'll say the benefit to online though is like, cause I get emails or inboxes and all that good stuff of people. I say this right now. One of the items I sell is the official K Quick bucket hat. I sell bucket hats, beanies, all that stuff. It has my logo on it.
Okay.
I get pictures of like models and stuff from London who had bought it
Whoa.
and wore it and
Whoa.
whatnot. Yeah, like
Hold on. Shout
I
out
have
to
a
London.
yeah. It's like
Shout out.
I have a very I have a very very amazing support system abroad, man. I'm blessed for that. So it's like when I see like this one a girl from London. She sent me a video wearing my bucket hat, and she's playing my song
Okay.
in the back, and she's playing my song in the
Uh-oh.
background. So it's
She's
like,
playing the song in the background.
yeah, so
What she say? She sent a message.
Yeah,
Did she send it?
yeah. She sent
What
it
the
to me in a
message say?
message.
This is Keita J. Reveal Show. We got to reveal some things.
What we
Okay,
trying
what
to
you say?
reveal? Hold on, what we revealing?
Quick.
Nah, she said I just got my bucket hat. I love it and all that stuff. And then
Oh,
she
she
sent
said
me the
she loved it.
video.
Okay.
She loved it.
Kudos to her. You know, you can a lot of times I feel like our people, and when I say our people, it could be anybody, but I'm talking about our community, don't really support us unless they see us up high doing things. You know what I'm saying? That's when
That's
everybody starts to
100%.
look.
That's 100% facts. And you know, and it's one thing that I do know. People don't support you when you go, like you just said, they don't support you when you coming up. They only support you when you there, you know. And then they
Mhm.
claim they support you when you coming up. But one thing I've
Right.
noticed, and one
Whether
thing
they cousin, they brother, they knew you in high school. You know, we went to church together. You know,
I
they'll be all that.
don't remember you. It's like I will hit you with that. I will hit you with that in a second. Do not come up to me fronting. Like
You
straight
be like,
up.
what? Wait a minute, what we doing? Wait a minute, where? I
I
don't really
swear.
remember. I remember your face, but I can't remember your name. So I don't know.
Yeah,
But
motherfuckers
yeah,
coming out the woodwork, and it's like,
so did
and
you
one
find
thing
that
I do
now?
know, and this is one thing that anybody who that I've noticed over the years, and that I've proven. One thing about one of the hardest things to do in this industry, or in any industry for that matter, any real industry that involves entertainment or media and whatnot, the hardest thing to
Right,
do is to get your home behind you. You feel me? Is to get your area behind you and all that stuff. It's like that's the last place that's gonna get behind you. You know, the only way
right.
to kind of prosper in our personal experience, you have to leave home. Leave
Okay.
and develop your following. And trust me, with all my analytics, when it comes to streams, sales, whatever you want to call it, all of my whole support system, my biggest markets are outside of my home state. To be honest,
Wow.
outside of my home state, I have
And you
I,
gone
my
viral a few
support
times.
system. Yeah, my
You
support.
gone viral a few times. So who actually who? Okay, so who actually, if you know, was one of the first people to take your video and like share it where you know it helped to go viral? Who do you know that person or no?
To
Because
where it
somebody
was to
told
go by.
me
I don't
that
know him. I don't know him personally, but
time. Mm-hmm.
I the page that made my video go viral. I remember sending them a message, and whoever responded in that message, because I all I said was thank you like 1,000 times, because
Uh-huh.
like they didn't have to do that.
Right.
They didn't have to do that, but they responded like, you know, you're fired, man, you're dope, we wanted to, and all that good stuff, you know, and all that. So it's just like, as far as the actual individual, I don't know who did it. I don't even know if the person who I was talking to was the one who did it, but you know,
Okay.
I was but whoever did it, I humbly thank you
Right.
greatly.
But you
You
have
know,
some fire hits though. So let me
hey,
ask you, Kay. So when did you start writing music? Around what time of your life, like the year if you remember? Well, how old were
whew.
you at that time?
Well, I'll say this. I've been singing for as long as I can remember, you know, because I used to run around the house singing Jackson 5 songs all day, you know. So it's
Okay.
like, so, so,
Candy. Okay, I know I'm on the wrong song, but you know.
so yeah. Shout out to MJ. That's my favorite singer, though. Like Michael Jackson is my favorite artist of all time. But as far as
Yeah.
like writing and like being a rapper and like actually writing songs, probably just to see. At first, I did it just to see if I could do it, you know. And
Uh-huh.
I was about 7 years old when I wrote my first
Okay.
rap. When I wrote my first rap, you know. But I wanted to do it for real, like seriously, when I was like 11, you know.
Oh wow.
When I was like 11, that's when I really sat down and honed my craft and all that stuff with writing. I used to write nothing. I used to write verses that before I knew actually how to structure a song. I used to just write
Right.
verses that were like 5 pages long, and I'd like,
Dang.
yeah, I'll just write to be
You
writing.
was killing them softly.
Yeah, I was like, I would write verses that were like 5 pages long, and I'd like show them to my dad, like, Dad, look at this I just wrote, and he would read them like impressed and all that good stuff, like
Wow.
at 11. But then when I was 10 or 11, a movie came out. You remember the movie 8 Mile that Eminem did
Uh-huh.
about battling and all that stuff. Now I watched that movie and I see these guys battling and they were freestyling like all top of the head, and I'm like, dang, I gotta learn how to do that. It's like I gotta
Right.
learn how to do that. So it's like from then on, back when we had like, oh, this was back when we had like the AOL dial up like computer system and all that. Yeah, yeah, and that, yeah,
Before
back when the computer,
MySpace, all that stuff.
yeah, back when the computer screen had the butt on the back and all that stuff. So, so like
Wow.
that had a voice recorder on there. So
Yeah.
literally, yeah. So literally, I would do cause like I wanted, and it was this was at the time where I wanted to make music, but I had no means of recording. We couldn't afford studio time, whatever. I had no means of recording. So it's like
Right.
I would come up with my own ideas for like beats, and I would like beat because I had a and I would like beatbox or whatnot. I would record myself beatboxing, and then I play it back, and then I rap to it. So it literally be on that computer. I had
Wow.
voice recordings, like some would be an hour long at a time of me just freestyling off the top of my head,
Oh, wow.
from age 11 up to like 15, like because I started
So
at
you
age
were
11. That's
challenging
how.
yourself before at a young age.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like I was. That's how I practiced. That's how I practice now. I would put on like I put 3 beats on and just start freestyling. That's how I keep my sword sharp. That's how I
Yeah.
me in the little lyrical gym, if you would. So that's how I practice now. I just freestyle. But like I would freestyle like into in each and I would and if I was to go up there because I still got the computer. If I was to go up there and get those sound recordings off, I'd hear the progression. I'd probably be
Mhm.
laughing at first because of how my voice sound back in the day, but
Right.
but but it's like I'd hear the progression, and it got to the point where I was writing. I was freestyling better than half of people's what people write. You feel me? I was better than half than what most of people would hear on the radio at the time. At like 11 or 12, 13 years old. And then it was at 11 in middle school. That's when I ran into other people who rap. And that's when the whole battle rap thing started. And I started
Oh,
battling, you know.
so you was
And I'm undefeated
battling
too. Let me throw that out there. I'm undefeated too. I'm gonna throw that out there. But
But you know, a lot of times that's when most people their creativity juices start to flow, and then we start getting into other avenues of our life, like working and all that. How do you feel about being a creative? Because you also work, right? A full-time job.
yeah, I consider that my community service. No bullshit.
So how does that take anything away from your creativity? Do you think? No,
No,
because you're able to kind of what be free with
because
your
it's like
job.
it's the same way. It's the same way I did it when I was in school full time. You know, it's just all
Okay, that's
about. It's all about because I graduated from Bowie State 2016. So it's like
okay.
and I put out a whole project because I went to Bowie State for 2 years because I went to junior college and transferred. So I went to Bowie State 2 full years, and in the middle of that, I was in school full time. I was interning, and I was doing music, and I was working part time. So and I was
Wow.
doing music full time and working, and I still put out like a whole project, did music videos, interviews, performances, all that. It's like I didn't get much sleep, but I did it. So
And
I didn't
music
get.
is not the only thing that you do, right? You also do characters. You know, you and I, we kind of, because we met on Periscope, right? We met
Yeah,
on Periscope.
I was told I have somewhat of a personality. I was told because
So is
like
that what helped you into characters?
so, well yeah like because like this is the thing. Anybody who knows me and they can vouch for me because anybody who knows me personally has seen every single one of them. I'm made up of about 14 different personalities. I don't call
Uh-huh.
they not alter egos and then they literally a part of me because they come out one specifically can come out whenever they feel like it and I kind of got
Right.
to, and I, but I can control it. But so yeah, like I spent a lot of time alone. So when you talk to yourself, you meet some people. So so
And there's
hey,
nothing wrong with talking to yourself.
no,
People
no.
always say you can't answer. You can answer too. Answering yourself helps you get through a lot of things.
Oh,
For me,
facts.
I don't.
I mean,
Other
I'm
people
an
might,
intro.
but we go by what other people tell us to do, and you got to go for what's right for you. People telling you don't answer yourself is crazy. Come on now. I talk to
No,
myself a
well,
lot.
they don't understand. It's like they don't understand. Like I'll be the first person to say that I'm not wrapped too tight. I'm a little weird. To me, a normal person is. So to me, a
I'm real.
normal person is weirder than me. What the? So it's like, and it's
You
weird.
think
And
it's not the weird, it's the weirdos.
there
So
you
you
go.
can be weird all you want.
Facts, facts, facts. And cause I did that too, cause like I did voiceover acting too, like I did that while I was in college. I did
Okay.
voiceover acting for Moon Raven Films. Shout out to Leanne Moon Raven and all that stuff. Carmen Online Theater did the voiceover acting and all that good stuff. I do. I'm also a videographer. I just released a short film like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
You in there. You in there. It's nothing wrong with that. I say be creative. Whatever your mind takes you to, do it. Because you never know what you'll get out of it. And people tell you to
Yes.
do one thing at a time. I can't do one thing at a time. Some people can. I just can't. I get bored easily. I have to
It
touch
depends.
other
Yeah,
facets
it
of
depends.
life.
Yeah, it's like
Depends.
yeah, that's 100%. That's true. That's facts.
So you have to dibble and dabble in other things all at once. You can't do one thing.
Oh yeah, because it's like I incorporate. The thing is, I incorporate a lot of things into what I'm doing currently. Because like, all right, look, I got an album called Asylum dropping soon, so be on the lookout for that. But like with that, the short film that I did ties into the album for real. It ties into the
Mm-hmm.
actual album because the it's that short film Chest Capacity Part Two. Check it out. There's a part one to that. That was a music video for my first album. This one is like
Okay.
there's no music involved in this particular one. It's like straight acting, but it ties into something else.
Okay.
That's connected to the album. So and it's just like, and if you look at my music videos, none of them look like music videos. They all look very cinematic. They look like short films, and it's
Short
that's
film.
which is another, or they look like something you see in a movie or whatever. That's something, and I'm a movie buff. That's something I always loved, wanted to get into, and being that I now own all my own production equipment and all that stuff, I can actually express it
Yeah.
a lot more freely, and I actually use that as an opportunity. Like the visual I create for a song, I can take the message or the story or the reasoning behind that song and expound on it a lot more deeper, go a lot more in depth
Right.
with a visual, you know. So it's like,
Okay.
so it's basically I'm doing two things at once. I get to do my videographer filmography thing over here while doing the music and all that good stuff.
You better do it. You better do it, brother.
You know that, you
So
know that.
so let me ask you, starting from the beginning, you said you started off doing writing, and then about 11, that's when you really got deeper into, spitting your music and all that stuff out. How did your parents support, the path into music?
Well, they supported heavy. Like, I'll say my dad is like my biggest fan though, because like he's the reason I fell in love with music anyway. Because when I was little, he would be downstairs playing his records. He's a reggae. My family are full of reggae heads. I'm a reggae head too. So like,
Okay.
so it's like he be down there on the karaoke machine singing his songs, and he's a fantastic singer too. That's where I get it from. But
Oh wow.
down there singing his songs, and I be down there sitting there watching them, like vibing to the songs with him and all that stuff. So
Right.
he
The
got me,
oldie but goodie.
yeah, all that. So it's like, so he got me into it anyway. So he got me into like seeing him because I'm sitting down here while he's playing the songs on the big speaker. He's on the mic performing the songs as if they were his.
Right.
So he's a performer too. So and like everybody, so in addition to him, everybody I look up to are performers. Like Michael Jackson is a performer, you know. Busta
Right.
Rhymes is a performer, you know. And Busta Rhymes is my dad's favorite rapper too, by the way. Let me put that out
Right.
there. So it's like when my dad actually heard me spit and he gave me like that pop-eyed look and like damn and shit. So it's like so he was behind me like 100 miles, like 100 miles of running. You know what I mean? So
He like
that,
you vibrated higher than him with the you came out with the you know
hey,
how you do
I'll say this, you know, because I will never, me personally, like the people who made who shared who caused me to go viral, they felt like they I belonged in the category with like Twister and Buster and all and Busy Bone and all like the people who I looked up to. They did that. I said like when I first saw that, I'm like, well, damn, they because when I see that, it's like they put me up there with the people I think are the goats or the guys. It's like do it. It's like I don't know if do I deserve that yet? I mean, if people want to put me, if I
Hey,
mean,
if they
I'll
put
take
you
it. I'm
there,
not.
let
But
them do it.
I'll take it. I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna say, "Hey, don't do that." No, all right, you can do that.
Right, right,
So it's like, if people want to put me up there, all right, that's very flattering. I'm obliged and all that good stuff, you
right.
know. But like, I will never. Me personally, if you ask me, I won't compare myself to people who inspired me. You know, I want like for real. I'm not gonna be the
Who
one to
really
say,
inspired you? Who inspired you?
well, there's my father, and there's
Okay.
of course, my favorite artist of all time is Michael Jackson. He's kind of like at the top of the list of like artists. And then there's Bone Thugs and Harmony. My favorite rapper is Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs. That you know that's
Okay.
so yeah. I got the honor of chopping it up with him. You know, shout out to Crazy. You know, and
You
Busta
just mentioned
Rhymes.
him too, right?
Yeah, yeah, and and Busta Rhymes and Tech Nine, Twister. You know, Nas. Um, there's a I have a long list of people who inspired me. You know, I have a very
Right.
long Sam and also a Sam Cooke. You know,
Oh,
that's an old one. Yeah, yeah, I love
right.
Sam Cooke.
You can take
Now,
some of those slower beats and mix that in with I don't know because your style is so fast. Do you sing on your albums or I know we don't say albums
I
anymore.
do. This is the thing, and this
I'm
is the
gonna say
thing that
album.
I do more than just that. I'm able to do it. You know, I do it where it sounds good. Like my strong point is lyricism. Like my bars are fire and shit. You know,
Okay.
if I was to spit something fast to you and slow it down, it would probably have more of a punch. You know, and I sing too. And like for real, I released a few singing covers. Apparently, I don't sing enough because people hit me up saying, "Dog, you need to sing more.
Sing
You sound
something. Sing
all
something.
right,
Sing
all right.
something
Don't
like
put me on the spot." It's like, now,
he's a J Reveal show. Hey, you going
hey,
reveal
matter of fact, I sing one of my favorite MJ songs. Fuck it, I say one of my favorite. Shout out to MJ. Shout out to MJ. It's like
okay.
And
Because I've never heard
matter of fact, this is a song that people requested that I record. So if you're watching this, here you go. It's like you know
okay.
this song, right? Another day is gone, 'cause I'm still all alone. How could this be? We're gonna here with me, 'cause you never say goodbye. Someone tell me why did you have to go and leave my world so cold? Yeah, that's it.
All right now. Hold on, y'all.
And that's before I
Okay.
warm up too. That's before my vocal exercises.
But no, because you have a distinctive voice anyway. So you know what? Now that you say you sing, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that because your voice is it's kind of like high, but then it's not high.
Yeah, I'm a
Sometimes it's
tenor.
high, sometimes it's not. But you could take that range up if you want to.
Oh yeah, I could. Like, yo, they did that, yo. and my like, all right, I took a voice when I was in college. I took a voice class, and
Mm-hmm.
one of our assignments was to do an audition. Even if we weren't, our intention wasn't to be in the play. We just had to do an audition, and I went in there and I sang. What did I sing? You know, I sung a gospel song. You know, which one
Mhm.
was it? Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I sung that joint. So I sung that
Okay.
one, and they like and the person who was like, I was like, wow, you're a tenor, and I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, do you know what sings? He's like, do you know Saints Go Marching In? And I'm like, yes, I do. And then he pointed, and then he had the person on the piano play it, and he had me sing it. I sang it,
Uh-huh.
and then he looked over at the person with the piano and did this. They went up an octave. I had to sing it again. Then he did this. Each time he kept going higher to see how high I could go. And it's like, dang,
Wow.
dog, you going in my mind, I'm like, dang. But
You gotta hate.
but I hit every freaking note perfectly.
Okay.
So don't test me. So, but
Look,
dang, I hit it though. But yeah. But as far as that, I mean, matter of fact, I do what's a good one? One of my favorite verses that I ever rap. Just to show you how the speed transition goes and all that.
uh-huh.
It's like I'm ambiguous enough to get on the distance of a regiment that told me second niggas was diligent for the purpose. The one that deserved it wasn't a militant. You wasn't a better, but you were peasant within my kingdom. I give up my lesson, then I trust it. But you be headed and casting upon a stair on a pedestal. You know, that's
I heard
that's
pedestal.
but what I said. All right, let me rewind it back. What I said was, I'm ambiguous enough to condone the dissonance of a regiment that told me slagging niggas was diligent for the purpose. The one that deserved it wasn't a militant. You ain't a veteran, you a peasant within my kingdom. I give them a lesson, so I address it with you beheaded and cast it upon a spear on a pedestal. You know?
Okay. I heard like that. I think I heard ambiguous, and but then it's like I got lost because it's
Well,
so
like I said,
fast.
you gotta,
With this
hey,
the dude, he was so fast too. With the rap. Was it Busy Bone?
well,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, he was really fast too. You have to like really tune into what he was saying. Twister as
yeah,
well. He was
all
the
of it.
same way. It's certain words you can hear and be like, okay, he's on track. He's on track. I get what he's saying.
Yeah. And what kind of makes me kind of distinctive is one thing that people notice about, like, for one, I have a very broad vocabulary, and like
Hmm.
I say certain words that people have trouble saying slow, and I say them at a
Uh-huh.
very fast pace. So, and like I'm big on enunciation and clarity, like
Okay.
so
So
it's just
that's probably why you're so good at going fast. You don't
yeah,
trip over your words.
yeah, I'm very precise with that. Yeah, I'm very
Okay.
precise with the execution.
Okay. So so when did you start when was your first live performance? You remember
Woo!
that?
My first live
How old were
performance all right, my first live performance where I actually performed my own music. This was way back. I was 19, actually not too far back. So I was 19 at the time. It was me and my cousin TMG. So yeah, it wasn't far back, but years back. I was 19 at the time. Me and my cousin
you?
TMG. Me and my cousin TMG, who's BBF as well, Fire. We both had music at the time, but we never. This was before we ever performed our own original music.
Okay.
The first time I ever performed my own music was at a family reunion, a big family reunion, and
Oh wow.
my dad asked me if I wanted to perform. So yeah, and he asked me and my cousin, so TMG. So we got there, and granted, we shut it down. Like we killed that joint off the first performance. We killed that joint, yo. Like
Oh,
real
how old were
talk.
you at
19. I was 19.
19? Okay,
Or
19.
I was either 18 or 19. 18, 19 range. You know,
Okay. And what did that do for your spirit when you got on stage? Did that make you like
liberated, liberated. I
okay,
feel
you
it
felt
was like the same. It's like
like
the same way I feel the same way I feel on stage is the same way I feel in the studio when I'm behind the mic. It's
okay,
more because there's an adrenaline behind that. you know, because
Yeah.
you feeding off of other people's energy, you know, because once you got them in the palm of your hand, they are not leaving, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like it's something different that comes with that, man, and it's inexplainable. Like I have a saying, like that I said, yeah, that I say I cry. It's like I cry from my pen and scream. And how do I say it? There's a certain order I say it. I cry from the pen, I scream in the booth, and I bleed on the stage. You know what I mean? You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
You
it's
let
like,
all your pain out on the stage, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, I cry when I write, I scream when I record, and I bleed when I perform.
It's just something when an audience is there. It does something to you. Like I'm one of those people that when I get in front of people, I just turn into somebody else.
That's
You
facts.
know,
That's how it is.
I talk when I don't have on character outfits, like I'm not as eager to do the character as I would be if I have on the outfit. So,
Yeah,
it's almost like you turn into that. You
I
turn into like a villain, whatever, when you're suited and booted.
facts. It does, man. When I got the mic in my hand, it's go time. You know, it is go time.
Something about the
Joey,
crowd just being there and cheering for you and
yeah.
wanting, especially wanting to see you perform. Have you had any meet and greets yet?
You say what? What with like fans and stuff?
Yeah, have you done that
I
meet and
have.
greet? How'd
Mhm.
that go?
Very humbling. You know, it's very humbling. You know, because anytime, and sometimes it happens randomly. You know, sometimes
Right.
like 90% of the time, it's nothing that's planned. It's like I run into people who like recognize me and so on and
Right.
so forth. You know, it's like even at the job that I do, the other job that I have, when I first meet people, like even like when I meet like some of my fellow associates,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they recognize K Quick first. You know, they're like, hold on,
Oh,
there's
oh,
a. Do you know of a rapper like from around this area? You know, I see his videos around. You look just like him. I'm like, what's his name? And it's like, like his name is K Quick. Like, you know of him? I'm like, yeah, I know him. It's like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, like,
that's
yeah,
my twin.
because that's me. And then they're like, oh shit, that's you. Damn. It's like, oh, and yeah, so on and so forth. So it's humbling every
Right.
time. And like it takes my mom by surprise. Last time I was with her, I was with her around the way somewhere in a car full of dudes. Like
Mm-hmm.
drove past us with the windows down. Like they was like, "Yo, can't quit." And I'm like, and I just put my fist up at him. And my mom is like, she. I don't think she'll ever get used to that for real.
What
I
your mom be saying? What's her
and
reaction?
she like, you know them? I'm like, no, I don't know who they are.
Still me.
They know me though.
And you know what? She probably will get used to it. I mean, you started really
I'm still not used to it.
everything now, so right? You've been
Yeah.
selling your music. So how did your mom feel when you first started making money off of your music?
Well, like I
Because
said, she always supported. She knew I was good. She always supported me and all that good stuff. You
okay,
know, because because one thing about me, I make smart investments. Like anything I got back from it, I invest back
okay,
into it to get.
that's what.
That's why I'm able to come home, go to the studio whenever I feel like it. That's why I'm
Right,
able, if I want to shoot a short film or a video or print up some new merchandise whenever I feel like it, I'm able to do it. You know, because
right.
so it's just like
That,
what I got from it, with everything I get back from it, I give back to it.
that's what's up. That's what's
Hmm.
up. And if they support you, and sometimes I know parents, they don't see the end, they don't see what the results of things could be, especially like I even say for my mom, like my mom is 60. I'm 44. My mom is 60, but it's
You're hold on.
like
You're how old?
I'm not. I'm
Stop,
44, but
don't lie to me. No, you're not.
I'm
Don't lie to me.
44. Yes, I am.
Oh,
And
I
and
need to see. After this show, I'm gonna need to see some ID. I don't believe that, but go ahead.
I'm not afraid to tell my age because I feel like a lot of times as women, we get so set on our ways as people won't see us as youthful, because we're older. And we still should have youth in us. I mean, I know I do. I always tell people I'm gonna always have youth in me because this is how I'm designed.
I thought you were younger than 44. That's why I'm still shocked.
A lot of people always do. I don't even have to open my mouth. I
You don't
honestly
even
will
look.
tell
You
you.
don't look. You don't look too much older than me. For real.
I take good care of myself, and I say I didn't run myself ragged. Some people run themselves ragged. I was always active. You gotta stay active. You gotta stay in doing what you love. This life will take things away from you, and
Yeah,
especially the experiences that you have. Cause you like your 20s now, right?
I
You in
am.
your 20s?
I am.
Okay, late 20s,
Yeah, me.
late 20s.
Yeah.
Mid. Okay. So I say this to you. And I'm not giving advice or anything. I just say stay doing what you love. It may change throughout the years. You never know if it's going to change. You might start loving something else more than the other. But stay into it because it definitely helps your psyche.
Definitely. I agree.
And you're a psychology major, right?
Yeah, that's one of my
Just
degrees. Yeah, that's one of my
okay.
degrees.
Okay. So are you gonna do you feel like you want to practice that or you want to kind of
I want to
evolve
learn
more?
more about it because that's my favorite subject. Like I got my associates is in psychology, social science with a focus of psychology. My
Okay.
bachelor's is in public relations. That's my bachelor's,
Okay.
you know. But I do want to. I do want to continue diving into psychology because I love that subject. That I can
That
literally
definitely
say.
it helps you to understand people as well,
Well,
how to
I learned.
market.
Well, I'll say this: I took my first psychology course when I was 17 in high school, and what I was
Okay.
going when I was, for lack of better terms, I was in a very bad place at that time, mentally. I learned
Yeah.
a lot about myself studying that subject. I learned so much about myself, and that's what hooked me onto it. And I just had to keep learning it. So that's why I pursued it. That's why I want to keep pursuing it. So yeah, that's how I go.
And you shall. And you shall. So are you signed with any labels or are you independent? Not more independent, but are you independent?
I'm independent, man. Shout out to my team, Beats Bars and Faith. That's the label that's ran by me, MC Rest, and my cousin TMG. We got
Okay.
we got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. Sean Marshall, female artist, singer, neo soul guitarist, all that good stuff. She just dropped her album Reinvention. That's on all online platforms. MC Rest got an album dropping. I got an album dropping. Lord Lou working on something. And TMG got the most fire beats, fire production you could ever ask for, and everybody need to stop playing and get at him if he
I
needs
know
some fire
that's
production. So all that stuff. So and me and TMG have excuse me, me and MC Rest actually were offered a position. We are actually hosting a new TV show called Rhythmic Sight that is on the SLM network
right.
on Binge network and
What
all that
network
good
is
stuff.
that?
Binge TV, Binge TV. Local,
Is that's on Comcast?
yeah, 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 yeah. Check the local listings. You can get it. You can get it like on a network, and you can also if you have it's also a standalone it's also with that it's that and it's also like a standalone like app you can download it on Apple TV, Roku, all that good stuff.
Okay.
So it's pretty big and all that good stuff, but so
Yeah.
pretty big stuff,
You
we
know,
gotta. Yeah, if anybody's in the DMV, this weekend, come to the Southern Maryland Tattoo Expo. The entire Beats Bars of Faith will be in attendance, burning the stage down both Saturday and Sunday. And I will be also the official MC for the event. Shout out to Hypnotic Inc. hooking everything up. We out here, so
Whoop,
we got a
whoop.
lot going
Yep.
on. We got a lot going on.
You gotta keep yourself rolling, doing what it is that you love, getting more and more, of a community base, under you or behind you. I feel like we all partner. You and I even talked about doing some things together because you know what? When I started really getting into the voiceover market and I started sharing some of my stuff on Instagram, people was hitting me up like, you should do more of those videos, And I think but I'm gonna get with you because I know I'm gonna need some beats to like definitely talk over the music. Because people say you should start doing like something like poetry. I don't want to do spoken word, but I want to kind of just have a message over music like I normally do. I don't know if you have seen some of the stuff online, but I'm gonna get you to work on some beats for me so I can get more and more into that. I know you got your beat machine, you got everything. I know. I gotta stop faking, right? Sometimes I be procrastinating. Sometimes I be procrastinating, and I already know that. But when I really put my mind to something, I do it. So I am going to hit you up on that. So where can the people find you on social media?
Man, Twitter and Instagram at the Real K Quick, all that good stuff. The Real K Quick on Facebook. IamKquick.com. That's IamK-QUICK.com. And also the links to all my social media is up there. Follow me on Spotify, your Apple Musics, and Tidal and all that good stuff. Because if you haven't heard by now, I'm very, very fire. So yeah.
He's fire, y'all. I can attest to that. He is fire. And look,
and I've been told I'm kind of good. I kind of look all right too. If you
kind of people look. Most of the time when people hear your music, they don't even know who you are until they do see pictures of you. Got pictures on your album, on your cover.
Yeah. Like I haven't released the cover art yet. But hopefully that the cover art is going to inspire people to kind of go more in depth to find out who I am, because it's more instead of using the picture, I kind of went more for imagery and symbolism way of it, Because I'll say this. The name of the new album is called Asylum. It's called Asylum. Now, question. Well, let me ask you a question. When you hear the word asylum, what do you think of?
I think it's biblical.
All right. Well, yeah, it's going in that direction, but yeah and nay. But most of the time, when people hear the word asylum, they immediately think of a psychiatric hospital or a mental institution, because that's a mental asylum or something like that.
Okay. Is that the same asylum? Okay, got you.
Yeah, something like that's what most people automatically go to when the people who I told. But if you actually look up the word asylum in the dictionary, the definition of it is a sanctuary of protection and of safety and rehabilitation.
Okay.
So this album is about me trying to find my sanctuary in a sense.
Got you. Trying to find your sanctuary. So you deep into that. That's a deep thought.
Mm-hmm.
Give people. So are you gonna break that down on your album when you put it out? Like
when they listen to the album, as each track goes by, they'll understand. Because the way the tracks are ordered, they tell a story. It goes in a specific order to where you will understand. The songs tell you what it means. That exact definition I just gave you is fully explained.
Okay.
So
how many tracks are you gonna have on there?
13 tracks.
You gonna have an intro? Intro as well?
The song is
intro?
You gonna have to wait till you gotta get the album and see. I'm not gonna tell you all this.
Y'all, I'm
I'm
trying
not
to get
revealing. I know this is the reveal show, but I ain't revealing every dang thing. You ain't gonna get everything. Get the dang album, Keita. Stop playing.
because I know the last I didn't get how many have you put out so far?
But I put out a lot of projects in between. I have an my first album out that came out like years ago. But I'm actually gonna since we had the studio, I'm actually gonna digitally, I'm gonna remix and remaster it and re-release it as like a deluxe edition. So hey, so
Okay.
you revealed something right there. I haven't told nobody yet, so you're the first one to get that. I don't know how you got that out of me. Dang. Anyway,
Hey.
but anyhow, there's that. I got a few. I got some mixtapes out, like two mixtapes out. One I put out before the album, and one I put out after. I got some singles out. I dropped the EP with my boy D Explode, and he's actually a producer hailing from Kyiv, Ukraine, from the Ukraine. So me and him work together. He has some production on the album too. Me and him work together, and we on the two completely different sides of the earth. So how
Wow.
about that? So yeah.
Yeah, that's how
So
voiceover
yeah,
stuff
I
works.
network. So yeah, my network. I do business overseas too, folks. So
So you
United
working with a
Nations.
lot. You doing a lot of stuff with the UK.
Yeah. But he's from the Ukraine. He's actually from the Ukraine, like near Russia and all that. So yeah, and
Okay.
and we actually got a music video for a single off of there called "Nobody's Better." And that music video was shot both here in America and over there in the Ukraine. So I can honestly say I have a video that was shot abroad, folks. And
And
I
when is
got
that gonna
one of those coming too. So yeah.
when is that gonna air? Video.
Well, the video is out right now. Like if you go on my website, you can see it. It's on my YouTube and
Okay.
all that stuff. You'll get the link to all that at iamkquick.com. You'll be able to see all that. Go see my YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to KQuick86 on YouTube. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make sure you send me your website because I'm gonna put all that stuff on the podcast.
Oh, much
I put
love.
it,
And I would like to also take this time since I'm on here. I would like to congratulate you, Miss Keita J. I would like
oh,
to
thank you.
congratulate you on everything you're doing, Queen. This
Yeah.
podcast and everything. Me and you go back to the time Periscope was the most poppinest
I
situation ever.
know.
So
2015, he was making it happen.
facts. So
Now
it's
things have got dry.
extremely dry on there. Not wet at all.
People say, "Can you come back on?" It's nobody on. I'm like, I'm not coming back on, but I will come on. I go on every now and again, but it's not what it used to be. It's too dry.
It's not. It is not. But I would like to thank you. I would like to thank
Yeah.
you for having me on, and I would like to congratulate you on everything you're doing, Queen.
You, brother. And
Yeah.
we're gonna stay talking. We always do here and there, because of like I said, what I'm working on, what you're working on, and everything. And I'm definitely gonna share what you got going. I never had an issue with that.
Oh yeah. And like yeah, we do, and like for real, we gotta stop playing and do some work on some itch. We gotta work on side. We gotta do something.
That's right.
Me-
That's right. We're gonna keep it going for
Yeah,
sure.
no. Yeah, no, it is. So shoot. Once again, I thank you for having me on, Queen. Thank you very much.
Uh, yes. This is the Keita J Reveal Show, you guys. And we had our man K Quick on. And
Yeah,
we will
yeah.
definitely to K Quick later.
Yeah. Y'all be easy. One love, Peace.
All right, all right.
That was fire.
Hey. Talk to you later.
Peace.